an argument of some shit happened within the shit. Just expect mother get the in there. You. You. You don't give a shit. This is a whole goddamn economy in this bitch. Don't you get that? Or are you just so small-minded that you just don't even understand that?
We have the tapes. We have the information.
What I will say is we're not going to get incredibly in-depth and crazy with all of the things that's been happening over the past week, but we know what it is at the end of the day, what has been going on. There's a bunch of reasons that I've been particularly quiet about the situation, most of which I don't want to really get into like that. You. You don't give a shit. This is a whole goddamn economy in this bitch. Don't you get that? Or are you just so small-minded that you just don't even understand that?
We have the tapes. We have the information.
Okay, there's some things happening behind the scenes, but trust and believe there's a method to the madness, okay? Listen, at the end of the day, what I tell you guys, all right? You can't just react to different situations. You got to respond appropriately, okay? Boys react, men respond.
First part, let's go back to the Derrick Jaxn situation, okay? When Derrick Jaxn got exposed for being a fraud, basically a fake guru himself, right? Someone who was not practicing what he preaches. We know MTR made many videos about Derrick Jaxn. How many videos, you might ask? Let's count it, shall we? Derrick Jaxn is the greatest liar and manipulator and narcissist of the 21st century. One.
Derrick Jaxn. Last time that I talked this young man's name, I said it was going to be the last time that I was going to talk about him. I was sadly mistaken. There's been some recent events that have unfortunately happened, culminating to another young lady, which is be the third, that has gone and given very explicit details, receipts, audio, as well as visual to Tasha K, as well as an interview, which gives you a lot of information of the person behind the person. Okay. Now, let me start off this conversation and say this is that I've throughout my uploads regarding this particular situation, and especially being on the side of YouTube that I am, I've been particularly lenient, especially in my very first video, because it was just an accusation. It was one person. But as the accusation have come out from person 2 to now person 3, which out of everybody is probably the most credible source thus far, because it seems like it was more than just, but it seems like it was a legit mistress, that she didn't know that she was a mistress, that he kept going back to time and time again. And she seems like she knows him a lot.
Number 2, Derrick Jaxn directly responds to cheating allegations. Number 3, the mighty panderer Derrick Jaxn has fallen and uses his wife as damage control. Number 4, Derrick Jaxn just reacted to his own confession. Basically, my initial point was you made successive videos as the storyline progressed, as more details progressed. Now it's fine, that's fair, right? After and pre situation between FreshandFit, that's you could consider it beef, right? Consider it beef. But all the other people coming out speaking up against FreshandFit and bringing out receipts, exposing them as fake gurus or frauds as well. Where was the same energy for that aspect? Sure, don't talk about the beef, whatever. It was difference of opinions, paying for the punani versus not paying for the punani, lustful desire versus just getting your rocks off, whatever. And the fact that they talked about it a few months later, whatever. Okay, cool. But what about all the other things, the allegations that came about as a result of that initial situation? My question was simply this. The same way you made successive videos covering things with Derrick Jaxn as it progressed, where was the energy for at least the allegation aspect of the FreshandFit situation? That's all I said. That's basically my premise. And in terms of him covering beef, right? We'll talk about that in a minute. Now, obviously, it's his channel. I can't tell a man what to do with this channel, but obviously, I can point out or give my own commentary as he does on contradictions that he does.
That's the type of energy that you're gonna bring into all of these, even when it's affecting those that were in the general vicinity. You understand me? There's certain people out there that just want a straight up reaction. They just want people to just just say this, that, and the third. But that's not the type of energy you gotta hit them from time to time. You know what I'm saying? You. You don't give a shit. This is a whole goddamn economy in this bitch. Don't you get that? Or are you just so small-minded that you just don't even understand that?
We have the tapes. We have the information.
My pops always used to tell me, Never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. Never. Because then you're giving away the chess piece. You're giving away the strategy. You're giving away the moves, okay? You have to understand that. There's dudes that's just down up in there, and women as well, that just want nothing but for the sake of entertainment, but it's more than that. It means a lot more to me than that. You don't give a shit. This is a whole goddamn economy in this bitch. Don't you get that? Or are you just so small-minded that you just don't even understand that?
We have the tapes. We have the information.
So, of course, I'm not going to react in a situation. Because you checkers. You checkers at the end of the day. I'm chess pieces and moves. All right? Be quiet at the end of the day. See what's happening. It didn't involve me. It's not my drama. It's not my beef.
Nah, I'm not caping for Derrick Jaxn either. Okay, Derrick Jaxn was a we all knew. Okay, at least for the most men knew Derrick Jaxn was a selling woman dreams and hopes, right? But he's moving like he doesn't cover YouTube beef. Hold up.
If you want to talk to me direct. Don't go through the corners.
Hold up. Let's bring it out real quick, okay? Let's bring it out real quick. Judge Joe Brown and Mark Lamont get into heated debates. Live reaction. Is that not considered beef? Next one. Mike Rashid versus the Manosphere. Is that not considered beef? Ileana Van Zant versus Shahrazad Ali. Is that not considered beef? Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me what's going on, right? Basically, his content is around red pill, dating, news, or a little bit of financial literacy here and there. Respects to that, right? But you're talking as if like he doesn't cover beef or disagreements in general by two people.
You don't give a shit. This is a whole goddamn economy in this bitch. Don't you get that? Or are you just so small-minded that you just don't even understand that?
We have the tapes. We have the information.
Next one. And then the situation between Charlemagne, like basically like doxing Kwame Brown. Dear Charlemagne, the guy, you owe Kwame Brown, Bus Life, and black people an apology. Okay? I'm just saying the same energy you had for that, for all this other stuff, where is it for this? When someone that, I'm not sure, I didn't really fuck with them like that. I just liked it for the entertainment, just to see the debate, right? It's like the Kevin Samuels thing, but on steroids, because they're in person and you can see their faces more in depth. It's calm, right? But like, let's say Kevin Samuels gets exposed or has receipts brought up against him. Are you not going to talk about that too with the same passion that you talked about with all these other things and other fraudsters? I'm not saying they're fraudsters too, but like another fraudster like Derrick Jaxn.
You don't give a shit. This is a whole goddamn economy in this bitch. Don't you get that? Or are you just so small-minded that you just don't even understand that?
We have the tapes. We have the information.
Hey, now you riddle me this, right? Let's say someone emails MTR receipts exposing, let's say, one of these other prominent people in the red pill sphere or manosphere. Is he going to talk about it? Or will he wait later until maybe the situation gets worse or another person finds out about it and then they talk about it?
You don't give a shit. This is a whole goddamn economy in this bitch. Don't you get that? Or are you just so small-minded that you just don't even understand that?
We have the tapes. We have the information.
Will he be the first one to expose it if he has the information and the receipts? Or will he like let it slide because it's a fellow colleague in the sphere? Anybody and everybody should get the smoke. The same energy for the ones that we know are fake gurus, and the same energy for the ones that we thought were authentic or had integrity, and then we find out later on they're not as legit as we came to find out. I'm just asking. Y'all let me know.
It's not my drama. It's not my beef. Okay. For all of you that's down to the comment section, that's all saying some. Oh, MTR not saying no. He's going down there. I have not scheduled anything with Fresh and Fit. I am not scheduled. Okay. I am not scheduled. There is nothing on the itinerary before or after all of the drama that happened. Okay? There's nothing on the itinerary. There's no schedule. There's no plot. There's no plan. None of that. Situation happened, and I'm over here just watching what's happening. F you. You don't give a shit. This is a whole goddamn economy in this bitch. Don't you get that? Or are you just so small-minded that you just don't even understand that?
We have the tapes. We have the information.